Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whatever time it is. I hope you are having a good one. Welcome back to House Flipper 2 with Rash Decision. If you enjoy this type of content, please leave me a like, subscribe, and maybe even a comment to let me know. Enjoy the video. Alright folks, and welcome to Mod Review Monday with your host, Rash from Rash Decision. So today I've got a new one for you. Today, instead of doing just one, I've actually got a combo episode because I found two properties I couldn't choose between the two. So I'm just going to do both. That's exactly what I'm going to do. It's my channel, it's my video, I can do it. I don't look forward to editing this after I'm done, but yeah, I'm going to do it. So here we go. The first one is called Witch Hut by Maritza. Now, if you remember, actually, I believe it was just the last mod video I did was also by Maritza. It was actually this one over here, The Dark Old Cottage by Maritza. So this is another one by the same artist. So let's go ahead and have a look into it. All right. And just as last time, I'm going to have a look around. If there's any job to do, then I'll go ahead and do it, and then we'll have a conversation about everything after. But just taking a look outside, there's already a lot going on here, and I absolutely love it. There's all these like little weeds just sticking out everywhere that kind of give it like this unkempt feel. I kind of wish there was a little bit more done down here to like really drive home like the foresty, unkempt feel. But I understand why there isn't. It's because they want the eyes to kind of follow up this hill and towards the hut. So let's actually go against the grain here. We're going to go around. I'm actually going to look around, and so it looks like everything stays pretty well. Yeah, it looks like everything stays pretty nice all the way through. It's very uniform in its chaos. It's got a lot of organized chaos to it. And as I've said before, I love organized chaos. And it definitely seems like Maritza is very good at like cottagecore, that kind of thing. Have the outhouse going on here. That's pretty good. Wait a second. Oh wow, that's not actually a door. Oh, I even see it. It doesn't actually connect like a door would. This is just a door frame with just like a plank of wood sitting over here to the side. Let's see. Yeah, we've got like the stone out here. God, you know what? It would have been really cool if they had actually put down like a layer down here, and then painted it black, like just pitch black, to make it look like it goes down further. But I understand, you know, it gets the effect across. It doesn't hurt my feelings that they didn't do it. It would just be a nice little extra touch. Got the dead tree there. Got the lanterns everywhere. Of course, got more lanterns out here on the ground. Got a nice little herb garden going on. And I do like this herb garden because I was actually experimenting with doing something like this in my custom property, and I realized that it's actually very easy to do. The only problem you run into is you have to be careful, like stuff like this, where the ground kind of clips through the walling. Yeah, it looks like, well, spider plant, you may not realize, but spider plant actually is a mild hallucinogen. I don't remember which one this one is, but I'm not super familiar with it. This is probably meant to replicate, what is it called? There was that one in Oblivion that grew in, I do not remember what it's called. I'm so frustrated right now. But there's an herb in Oblivion that's very similar to this visually that grows only in Oblivion, the plane of Oblivion, and it's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be part of a poison, is what it's really designed for. So, you know, very, very in place for a witch's hut, that kind of thing. That's a side slightly different, a little bit too far down. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It's like it's clipped into the dirt. I'm not sure what happened there, but that's okay. And down here, it looks like just generic tropical plant. Just throw it in there. It's good. Got some planted items here and there. Got some toadstools. Got some more stuff over here I didn't even see. So yeah, I got the nice little herb garden going on here. I really like that. I really like that. Brown mushroom. And of course, we step up here and oh, it's like it's leather. Makes you wonder what it's made of, right? Got the there's more of it. Got the rocking chair here next to the window with the more herbs kind of just sitting around. I do love having all the herbs, kind of giving the what's the word? Apothecary feeling, giving the apothecary vibe. Oh, that's clever use of sticks. I like that. Very, very rough and tumble, very woodland esque. So I guess pretty much everything out here. I don't see anything else available to look into. And then of course, like inside of the hut, like of course I see all of these like hanging vines and plants, uh, and like little things here and there, just hanging up and drying inside. I got like all the books up top with the candles. Oh, this is actually very, very wonderful. And of course, down here, we have more candles in the windows. I'm not sure about the curtains, to be honest with you, with the way that these candles are. I would be terrified of those curtains catching fire, but you know what? I'm okay with it here. This is actually perfectly fine. I would expect to see this in like an apothecary or like a witch's hut, that kind of thing. Got some playing cards over here. Actually, I'm betting that's that's the cards from the tabletop RPG game. Got some fruits. Got some vegetables, bread. Uh, I'm guessing they're implying that this is supposed to be like a cauldron with like a poultice or maybe like a stew boiling, that sort of thing. Got jars to put it in. Oh, it's just a sugar bowl. Okay. Gotcha. Got an oar right there for beating off. I probably shouldn't put it that way. For beating rodents and getting them out of here. Yeah, we don't want to beat off rodents. How about we not do that? Let's see. Yeah, that looks like everything. I still like the clever use of these branches, making like these arches that go through the ceiling right here with like I wouldn't say these are open rafter because these definitely don't look structural. They just look like arches that are there to support like the vines and what have you. That looks like everything. That's kind of what I figured. This was going to be a very small, very straightforward one, but absolutely fantastic work on this one. Uh, I know I gave you a lot of deducted points on the kitchen in the Dark Old Cottage, but this one is spot on. I can't find anywhere that I would be able to improve, except like maybe the little detail, putting like the black paint in the bottom of the outhouse. But oh, I'm not quite sure how you would access these. Maybe you try to open the window, but I don't think the window's opened. So these are probably just purely decorative then, just being from the outside. I was trying to figure out maybe like these trees are what's causing the branches inside, but it doesn't seem like it. Looks like those are probably just the branches that you're supposed to find, just like laying around outside and get rid of when you first enter a property. And they're just placed in very creative ways. I love this idea. This is an absolutely fantastic idea. Major props for it. I'd love to see more vines. Really just go ham with them. Like, make it look like the inside of this was abandoned at one point and there's just vines going everywhere. That'd be awesome. Would really sell the effect. But as it is, it already sells the effect you're going for. Everything here is wonderful. I love it. Yeah, I got like grapes or maybe some kind of berries that we're not familiar with. Sitting here with like a teacup and sitting on a board you can just pick up and take somewhere with a candle. That's nice. That's super nice. Like I love little touches like this. Make it look like someone was here recently. Like I'm standing in this hut and I should probably be watching out. Like, oh, is the witch gonna come back? That kind of thing. So yeah, absolutely. absolutely wonderful. I love this. I absolutely love this. This was wonderful. Okay, so we'll be back. We're going to have a look at one more mod for this one, and then we will call it good for Mod Review Monday. Hang out. All right, and here's the second one. This one is called Art Deco. And this one is based on the idea that this house was built with this very, very heavy, I don't even want to say influence, I want to say a very heavy Art Deco styling all of its own. There is no influence here. This was built for Art Deco. And when I look at these screenshots, I won't show them here because we're about to go into it, but this one is, I'm sorry. This one is done by Kitty. So it is a different artist from what I've worked with before. So we're going to see a little bit different styling than I've seen prior mods done with. So let's go ahead and go in and we're going to have a look around. And again, if there's anything to do, I'll go ahead and do it, speed it up, and then we'll talk about it at the end. Otherwise, we're just going to go ahead and take a tour. That is taking an awful long time to load. It did seem like this was very detailed, though, so that doesn't surprise me too awful much. Oh, wow, that's taking... Ooh, that was having a really hard time loading. Okay. Got some topiary here up front, exactly what I would expect. Yeah, I got like the slate runners going on down here. Got like the rounded edges, so we didn't have like... We have flowing edges. Looks like there is going to be a little bit to do. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just there for effect. That's good. Let's see. Got like some storage out over here. Compost bin. That's right. I've seen those before. Got the electrical box. Got a few different things here and there. I'm sorry, not electrical. Transformer box. Really went ham on the vegetation here. Really wanted to sell this vegetation. And you know, I can feel it because I've seen like a lot of pictures of like Art Deco being used in practice in like early Manhattan. And a lot of it does look like this, where you'll have like the internal garden or like a courtyard that has like a lot of this, where they'll import plants from all over the world just to get them in there and say, yes, we have the money to do this. And that's where a lot of Art Deco comes from. Is like you see here, you have like the gold foil around the spokes and around like different things here and there, and like the marble pieces that don't really have a reason to be there, but they're there because, wow, my computer is not having a good time with this. Oh, got like a little art area over here. But yeah, this is like the opulence is kind of like the purpose of Art Deco. I really like this. Honestly, I might steal this kind of design. Because this right here is kind of what I'm talking about, where they'll have like the courtyard built onto the building or inside of the building that has like a lot of like the fountain in the middle, and you know, like a lot of vegetation around it that isn't native to the area, but they make it work just to show like the extra level of opulence that's there. And let's see, we're going around like a lot of glass, a lot of metal that's been wrapped in gold, because really, realistically, gold is not a viable building material. A lot of times when you see gold, especially in cases like this, it's not actually gold. It's just like gold leaf or gold foil that's been wrapped or bonded around something else, or possibly even proper gold plating if they can afford to do that on the item. But something like this is probably just wrapped. Let's see. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot of like marble and a lot of like gold leaf inlay and a lot of like this higher quality wood that's kind of going around here. If I had to guess, that's probably representing... That's really hard to say. It's representing some kind of wood that's being used to kind of just break up the monotony between flat space and this diamond pattern. And the diamond ceramic tiles, that was really, really big in Art Deco styling. Especially, you can see it especially in games like BioShock that take a lot of Art Deco and Art Nouveau I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I've never heard it pronounced. I've only ever seen it written, so I apologize if I mispronounce it. But I've always felt like it was pronounced Nouveau, so I'm just gonna say it that way until somebody corrects me. And I would appreciate if somebody did, because I honestly do not know. So, in a lot of those methodologies, you see like this diamond pattern ceramic tile, where it's actually ceramic that's kind of interlaced with terracotta, and that kind of brings out that opulence as well, where you have like this exotic material that is just ceramic or porcelain but made in different ways from exotic places. So it's kind of like a talking piece more than a building material. All right, here we go. Got like the wine glasses, got the wine, the bowls of fruit. Yeah, lots of glass, contemporary styling with gold, and lots of busy, excited patterns, things like that that are being contrast against like these big, flat, white walls. And I'm already kind of seeing a little bit of an issue here. This area can only be accessed from coming down this side path, and it doesn't interconnect with everything else. I would really like to see this wall being broken up, or seeing like an entrance in here somehow. Also, I do notice that there is a little bit of a level change going from inside to outside here. That's really nice to see. Like, different leveling will always make for a better experience as far as like viewing something like this. And I notice this is not a proper wall, or it might be, and it's just an optical illusion. But either way, yeah, that's not a proper wall, is it? But either way, we'll come back to that. I would really like to see this area connect to those areas, so that you're not stranded back here, and this is the only way to get back there. Especially because you're having to walk past like a lot of like the trash cans, and this over here, and the transformer. It's kind of breaking up the idea of what Art Deco stands for, in that you want like this seamless built experience of walking into this big opulent place that makes you feel a lot richer than you actually are. And because you're having to like go past these industrial areas, it kind of breaks that monotony. I shouldn't say monotony, because that makes it sound like a good thing. No, these break up the experience. It kind of, you have the experience of viewing from the front, and then you have the experience of being on this rear patio, and it separates these two areas very harshly. Let's see. So if we go in here, oh, these corner windows are always a great addition to anything Art Deco. I don't know where these like the corner window idea started, but they've got it right here. Like, they really, really do. I'm actually kind of curious how they did that. But anyway, we'll move beyond that. We'll have a look. So I'm going to go around the other side. We're going to look at the other side here. So if we go over here to the right, yeah, I got lots and lots of objects on screen. And I promise you, I don't have a poor computer. I have a pretty nice computer. Believe me, and there's so many objects that I'm having to actually turn away from the house to get a little bit better frame rate while I'm recording this. So yeah, just the same kind of situation. We have lots and lots of vegetation that are clearly not native to the area, and are being used here kind of just to add to the opulence of the natural area. And of course, we have like the park bench here that gives you like this place where you could sit down, and it creates this seamless experience. This is what I'm talking about. The other side did incorrectly. This side does correctly. So you have like this path that comes off. It doesn't connect to the sidewalk. It comes directly off the front here, and it creates this seamless experience of all the vegetation to your left, all the vegetation to your right. This right here could use some more vegetation, especially with as blank as wall as this is. Really needs some other stuff in here besides just a couple of small screening trees. Needs some big stuff like hanging vines and what have you, to really sell the illusion of that you're creating on the right to be replicated on the left, without having that symmetry that you look for in other art styles. So when you have like this bench, it's creating this divide between what is the front half of your journey and what is the back half, without fully breaking that experience at any given point. So we have the topiary here, have a fountain, have a few lights for your path, I have a single sun chair here. I'm not sure how I feel about there being only one. I would like to see two, especially with how large of a property this is, where it's trying to create this. I want people to be here. I don't want to have this just for myself. So out here we have this nice little, what really is a living area, kind of outside underneath this gazebo right here. So let's go ahead and we'll go on through here, and this is the area we were trying to access from the other side over there. And I would really like to see, like, get rid of this and just have like an axis that goes back and forth right here. Just anything would do, even just like a gate, like a fence gate, would be really awesome right here. But let's go ahead and have a look around. Here's more of those like courtyard style planters, and of course we have like the statues in them, and we have this one's a little bit more organized than that one over there is. I get the feeling, and I apologize if this is incorrect, but I get the feeling that there may possibly have been a situation where someone else may have designed this side. In other words, like two separate people designed this back area. Someone designed this area, and then someone else designed that area. That's what I feel like. Or maybe like the creator, if it was one person, they were in a completely different mindset in one of these areas than the other. I wouldn't say one is less or more than the other. It's just they have different organization principles. That one over there has a lot more busy structure without taking away from its opulent core values. Whereas this one has a little bit more of a organized structure, where you don't have the plants all gathered up on top of each other like you do in that courtyard over there. You have them kind of separated out, where they're each individually contributing in their own way rather than contributing as part of a whole. So all these topiary especially really sell that effect. Like this one's separated out into its own tub, and these are separated off of the flowers. This one is kind of separated down here off of these roses, things of that nature. It has a lot more of an organized secular structure that isn't broken by just the chaos of everything conglomerating into one artful piece. And then, of course, you have the center table and chairs underneath. I don't know what you would call this. I guess really just a shelter. There's not really a word for it, so I'm just going to say shelter. But being that that's the case, it's a lot more organized than this one over here is. Because this one very much looks like it's permanent, and it has like these gold inlays, and it has like the marble floor underneath it. Whereas this one over here is just the ceramic and terracotta just coming straight off of a patio. Just a regular old deck patio with just a regular cover that was bought at like Walmart with a regular glass and metal table and your standard patio chairs, that kind of thing. And then this one over here has this very organized, very modern aesthetic structure that has Art Deco kind of applied to it as a side load rather than the front loaded in your face. Everything here is clearly Art Deco kind of thing. So let's go ahead and we'll look around here. Have a little gardening table. I saw these tools from way over there, and I thought this was going to be a same problem as like the transformer on the other side was going to be, where this was breaking up like the design structure. But realistically, it doesn't, because this area has a different flooring pattern, and it kind of has its own little segmented area with like this couch and this chair underneath this glass cover. Love this glass cover, by the way. It makes this feel like an area that's supposed to be part of this entire whole. This has more to do with the organized chaos that's over on the other side than the rest of this. And it works really well because it's separated by this area. So it has like this mental juncture where you're separating what is over here from what is over there. And it works because of that. It works as like this little workstation for gardening and what have you. Maybe like the groundskeeper comes here to fix the flowers and what have you. It's a great addition. I thought I was going to hate it. I actually love it. It's wonderful. So let's go ahead. We're going to go around here, and we're going to go in the front door, and we're going to have a look around on the inside now that we've looked around on the outside. And I do notice really quickly that we have like the balustrades all the way around, like all the outside. And even if they are decorative, it's an excellent addition because it makes it feel like the whole building is just one big box that contains a lot of little secrets, a lot of little things to look at. And it actually works out really well, especially because it's all white. You know, you can add like these green additions, these little green details like the hanging vines and the little plants here and there, and they just work because you have this big white blank geometric shape that's being broken by this organized chaos or this natural chaos of the leaves, the vines, the colors here and there, and it creates this absolutely wonderful whole that the aesthetic really shines in. Oh boy, oh boy, the inside, I was not expecting it to be this dark. But yeah, that's a very black interior. Black and gold is has always been a very polarizing kind of combination because gold is it's very obtuse in the visual spectrum. There's a huge portion of your visual intrigue that it takes up. I personally don't like using gold because when you look at something that has gold features, it draws your eye to it. And there's so much in here that draws your eye to it that it makes you want to look around. That is the spirit of Art Deco that makes you want to look around and see all this opulence that the owner has installed in their home. Where you have like these gold instruments and gold ornaments and gold furniture, gold frames, gold everything, and it's all sitting on this wonderfully dark background. Whether it be like this super deep seafoam green, or maybe like this, and I say seafoam green, you're probably going to say, but that's a light color. I mean really dark. It's like a dark teal almost, and it works so well. This works for the same reason that my office in the PC house works, where I have the walnut, the European walnut, offsetting that dark green. It's like this color green. It works for the same reason because you have the green and then it's being offset by the gold because green and yellow do work really well together when they're done correctly. And I'm going to say that this was done pretty correctly. I've not seen anything so far, and I love these frames, by the way. These frames are added in the newer update, and I love them, but I hate them at the same time. But they're used to great effect here. I am floored. I thought, like, I've never been one for opulence. I've never been one for like really shoving a lot of detail into something to make it just grander on the purpose of being grander. But this, with the rounded ceilings, with the with the wonderful shapes that let your eyes follow them everywhere, absolutely everywhere. This is truly the spirit of Art Deco. Every room I've been in, I have a feeling every room I'm going to go into is going to be like this, where my eyes are, yeah, like this kitchen. My eyes just want to follow all the gold all the way around and really take in everything for what it is. And I love this kitchen design too, by the way. I've said it before, corridor kitchens do not work. I don't know why people keep trying them, but this is a wonderful little L kitchen that works so beautifully with that window. I have major props to whoever designed this kitchen, especially like with the little features sitting up on top of the cabinets, to like these lights that they're round, so they make you want to look around them instead of at them. Everything about this kitchen is absolutely wonderful. I see absolutely nothing wrong with this kitchen. The cabinets got cheeseburgers in the cabinet just hanging out. Don't worry about it. The cabinets are a little bit high, but I feel like that's forgivable. Yeah, they're at the exact right height. I'm kind of wondering if maybe like something's going wonky with the way the model is being rendered on my screen. Maybe it just looks like it's too high. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, yeah, you'd have to get a step stool to get up to the top, but that's not the creator's fault. I feel like that's just the fault of the cabinets because they're at the right height. I wouldn't fault that at all. See, here again, like, this piano being here really catches your attention when you come around. Like, you come around this corner and you're like, oh, that's nice. And then I look right at the piano because that piano is a big, beautiful piece that kind of draws you into this room. It would be wonderful, and I apologize, but if you were coming in the front door, I would prefer to see the piano on this side so that it does draw into this room a little bit better. But for what they have here, they did an excellent job for the space that they had allotted to them. Mostly because if you come from the other side, like if you're coming down the stairs, you would see that piano and it would draw you into this room. And then, of course, in this room again, we have the big, beautiful, just everything has this immaculate level of detail to it that makes your eyes want to follow it and kind of look at it. And then all the blank space on the wall has this wonderful breakup between everything, but then lets your eyes glide across it and move to the next, and you just want to look at everything. This is exactly what Art Deco was created for, was for your eyes to look around, to see everything, to gather all of that information, to see what the owner and the designer wants you to see, so that you feel much more like this is a very expensive house or a much more expensive house than it really should be. Realistically, you wouldn't see something like this as a standalone house. I want to put that out there. You would probably see this as like a penthouse in like downtown Manhattan, but this wouldn't be out of place in that kind of context. Oh, and I love this. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah, I got the rounded tops. Everything around it has the wonderful little bits and pieces. Yeah, this is spiffy. I'm gonna turn the light on in here. Where is the light? I can't find a light switch. Seems to be over here. There it is. Yeah, that light switch was a little bit more hidden than I wanted it to be. Yeah, look at that. Look at that light, how it cascades down. Yeah, boy. Ah, oh, that's wonderful. I want you guys to know I am smiling right now. This is absolutely wonderful design. I love everything about this. This isn't something I would do, and this isn't a house I would purchase or even begin to think about living in, but I love everything about it so far. Absolutely love it. So one thing I've noticed is I've got another area over here, but I've not seen a way to access it yet. So I'm really hoping we're not going to have to like go upstairs and then come back down somewhere. Actually, I'm not... There must be a second like entrance over there or something. It must be implying these are multiple apartments, but I'm not sure why you would do that. I'm not a huge fan of that concept. That might be why that area over there is separated from this area, where it's trying to be two separate houses. That's not a bad idea, but I'm not a fan of that. I would rather just be one big property, or have something that makes it very clear that it's supposed to be two properties. So I see that there's a door back here, and I'm gonna try to refrain from gushing about all of everything. Mostly because we kind of know what the design philosophy is looking for. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's very clearly a utility closet, and I can see that. But gold on the washer and dryer and the vacuum cleaner, that's a little bit much. I'm just going to point it out. That's a little bit much. And the fan! Holy crap. Alright, that's actually kind of comical. I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to leave that on the table. Alright, so let's see what's in here. Oh, have a tiny little study. the perfectly fine non-alcoholic drink. All right. Yeah, okay. And of course, we have that. Wow. You know what? I respect this. I respect that. Have the recessed headboard in the wall with this wonderful design that's etched into the wall directly. You know what? I respect that. Really build out what your details are and really accentuate what you want to. Of course, we have like a little writing desk, have a fireplace here at the long end. Of course, have the radiator over there. And we have like a lot of repeating patterns. So I've noticed that the green marble, or like maybe you're trying to imply maybe jade, is a little bit of everywhere, and have a lot of like the repeating patterns. Like this upstairs is a lot more bare walled. By that I mean there's a lot less to force your eyes to look around than there was downstairs, and that's how you would generally see it. The private area doesn't need as much as like what you would consider the public area. Oh, I love this. Oh, that's wonderful. I don't know what that book is doing exactly, but I love this. Got the little nook with the bathtub in it. This again, I highly respect this. Much respect for this. Now, one thing up here, I have a feeling that if you built this out as much as I think you did, you probably could have recessed that shelf. Only complaint I could see there. Otherwise, I mean, perfectly fine bathroom. Absolutely perfectly fine. I'm not sure why I did that. Nice marble floor everywhere. So, absolutely. Looks like it is going to be two separate, like we're talking about a duplex rather than just one building by itself. So let's go over here. Yes, okay. Yeah, so it is supposed to be a duplex, but it doesn't really make it very clear that that's what it's supposed to be. And this one has a lot lighter theme to it. So this one is probably focusing, yeah, I see it. This one is focusing on like little details more than in your face, this is the detail I want you to see kind of presentation. This one's a lot more subtle. Like the rounded back of this shelf over here. I love this idea, by the way. So we go in here into this kitchen. This one is a broken kitchen, but it does look like this is a fully self-standing apartment of sorts. Have all the plates and the dinnerware here. 5 places at the table. I see why they went with this, to get more places on the table, but I feel like they could have used a smaller table. Kind of give more room over here and accentuate this picture a little bit better. But other than that, absolutely. This one I can't really say as much for, because it doesn't have as much of the very striking detail that is absolutely everywhere the other one did. This one's made to be less opulent and more usable, I guess is the best way I can put it. And then of course we go back in here. This is, yes, that's what I thought. So this is the, wait, there's 2 doors here. What does this one go to? Oh, just a little closet deal. Oh, okay, I see. And it got the dressing area across. You know what? I feel that because I actually, I had an aunt years and years ago that lived in Delaware and actually lived in one of the more upscale neighborhoods and had a house there where the master bedroom was set up exactly like this, where you kind of have like this throughway where you have the dressing area with the closet behind it, and then you got into like the main area of the bedroom. So I can see this, absolutely. So this one is meant to be very much less opulent, more usable. This one has a lot of opulence in it. Like it has the really nice marble floors, has the recessed ceiling, has the gold inlay and like the recessed headboard, the whole 9 yards. But definitely feels like there was a different design philosophy taken on this side of the duplex. It's very, very clear that is the case. And a large reason for that is the details are subtly there. The lore of this side of the house is kind of quietly whispered to you, whereas the other side, with the dark colors, the detail absolutely splayed everywhere, is kind of like a really fast talking salesman that wants you to see everything he has to offer in the shortest time possible. So there's only one room left. I think it's a bathroom. So, oh yeah, one is, that's interesting. I like that. See, I like this actually better than I liked the recessed bathtub, to be 100% honest with you. Where instead of a recess, it's actually raised up. Now, I will be honest with you, this would be dangerous as all hell. Because you would come out of this bathtub, you'd have like the wet feet. This is not going to cut it. You get that wet feet, you're dripping. You step off onto this super slick marble, you are busting your ass on this. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but you will bust your ass on this. I guarantee at some point. And of course, we have the shower that's all built completely in and fully enclosed. Big fan of this as well. I've thought about doing this a couple of times, and I may be doing this in a build sometime soon, but not probably not next video or anything like that. But this is something I've thought about doing. So yeah, this is absolutely a situation where this side of the duplex is made to be more livable, more available to your sensibilities, rather than as forcefully making you understand how much money they put into it. This side is more helping you to understand how livable this space is. Now, the one thing I will say, I really hope both sides of this duplex hire like really high quality maids or butlers or cleaning staff, etc., etc. And a large part of that is, you take one step in this house with a dirty foot, with a dirty shoe, you will find it. Everyone on the planet will know exactly where it is from a 50-mile radius. That is all. So we're going to call it there, my guys. That was, and we're actually going to go back and double check, and we're just going to get you a refresher. That was the first one. Oh, there it is. Aha. Was Witch Hut by Maritza. That was the first one we did this episode. And the second one we did this episode was Art Deco by Kitty. So I highly recommend going to have a look at these for yourself. Really take a look at the detail of this one especially. The Witch Hut, I really can't say too much about, mostly because I couldn't really find any problems with it. Art Deco, on the other hand, there was a few problems with it, but mostly had to do with how I would have done it differently. The creator did this fantastically. I had no problems with it. Have a good one, my dudes. Cheers.